in the news.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the National Association of Nigerian Students condemned the conditions under which students in various parts of the country sat for the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination, calling the situation a national disgrace and demanding a resit of the affected examination paper. Viral videos on Wednesday showed candidates sitting for the 2025 Waec English language examination late at night without electricity, using lanterns and mobile phone flashlights. A worse scenario played out at government secondary school Namnia in Taraba State, where candidates narrowly escaped being injured after an exam hall collapsed during a storm on Wednesday evening. The West African Examination Council attributed the delay in the conduct of the 2025 English language paper on heightened efforts to curb examination malpractice, particularly the leakage of question papers. Reacting to the public outcry, Waec acting head of public affairs, Adesina, said measures taken to prevent paper leakage inadvertently impacted the timelines and seamless conduct of the examination. She cited logistical challenges, security concerns, and social-cultural issues as contributing factors. Organized labor has delivered an unflattering assessment of President Bola Tinubu's 2 years in office, saying his reforms and policies brought nothing but pain and suffering to Nigerians. The labor movement countered Tinubu's claims that the worst days are over, pointing out that his economic reforms have plunged over 150 million Nigerians into multi-dimensional poverty. Nigeria Labour Congress President Joe Ajaero submitted that far from renewing hope, his government had merely recycled the same failed neoliberal experiments of the past. However, the All Progressives Congress pushed back against Tinubu's critics, accusing NLC of misrepresenting the reality. Responding to the criticisms against the president, APC National Vice President Southeast Dr. Ijoma Arodiobu said that his administration is on a course to making life a better place for Nigerians. President Bola Tinubu has signed an executive order aimed at slashing oil and gas project costs, improving government revenue, and accelerating investment inflow into Nigeria's energy sector. In a statement issued by the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Energy, the federal government has said that the directive introduces far-reaching fiscal reforms that prioritize cost efficiency, operational accountability, and national value retention. Titled "Putting Every Barrel to Work," Nigeria's new presidential directive on cost efficiency targets new investments, improved revenues, and national value. The order sets a bold agenda for reining in production expenses while offering globally competitive terms to serious investors. According to the statement, one of the key provisions of the executive order is a cap on tax credits, limiting terms to no more than 20% of a company's annual tax liability. In foreign news, France will ban smoking in outdoor areas where children are likely to be present starting from July 1, 2025, and this includes beaches, parks, bus stops, school entrances, and sports venues. Health and Family Minister Catherine made this known on Thursday, May 29th. The rule will also stop students from smoking in front of schools. Anyone who breaks the rule may be fined up to €135. However, the ban does not apply to France's famous outdoor cafe terraces or the electronic cigarettes. France already bans smoking in many public places like workplaces, airports, train stations, and playgrounds. Anti-smoking groups have long called for wider restrictions. According to the World Health Organization, about 35% of France's population smokes more than the average in Europe and around the world. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has commended the Ogun State government for hosting a world-class national sports festival as the 22nd edition of the multi-sports event ended in Abeokuta on Thursday. Tinubu, who was represented by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, was joined by the Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, the Bayelsa State Governor Duye Diri, and other top government functionaries within and outside the host state for the closing ceremony at the MKO Abiola Sports Arena. The event marked the end of the non-stop 12 days of competition in Abeokuta and other designated venues for the games. The president also hailed the spirit of the athletes who lit up the state from May 16 to May 20. As an athlete, if you have competed at this event, know that you have been discovered. The National Agency of Prohibition of Trafficking, Naptip, has summoned controversial singer Darlington Okoye, better known as Speed Darlington, over his claims of having carnal knowledge of a minor. Speed Darlington sparked outrage on social media at a viral video of him admitting to having had an inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old, prompting Naptip to summon him for questioning. Speed Darlington is urged to respond to the official invitation issued on May 28, 2025, regarding a viral video and others in which he admitted to sexually abusing a minor. Failure to respond may lead to further action. In response to certain video materials recently circulated online, including a particular Instagram video where you allegedly made statements admitting to having engaged in sexual acts with an underage girl,